Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV and my Road to Endwalker, episode 19. So last time we got to kind of see the title screen of Shadowbringers. An event happened after a dungeon. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I had to make some new digs. I liked my alpha from before, and obviously I still have it, but I definitely wanted to make something new. Welcome back, miss. I wonder if anyone can sleep with the city in such an uproar. But will you be retiring to your quarters? Very good. In light of the present situation, I have had illumination prepared for all of our rooms. No need to rush to the markets for lanterns or candles. Have a pleasant rest, miss. Oh yeah, I guess because everyone is not used to having darkness, so of course their rooms wouldn't have light in them normally. That makes sense. That's a pretty nice detail to throw in there. I noticed him watching me earlier, and there he is.
So it's your lot's turn to be the warriors of darkness, is it? It's funny how things work out.
These are private quarters. That's funny. That'd be funny to respond that way. Been watching, have you?
Well, I did warn you. I followed you to Yulmore and then on to Armarang. And I was there when you slew the Light Warden. Those white-haired twins who were with you. I remember them from our battle in the Source. Are they your friends then? Through thick and thin? Aye. Then I suggest you keep them close. It's when you charge ahead trying to save someone else that you end up losing those you love. Not that you need telling, I'll bet you've lost plenty. But I wonder, what will it cost you this time?
He's such a...
I don't remember when it was that I learned regret wasn't worth the bother.
He's such a killjoy.
You get numb to it all over the years. The lost comrades, the broken promises, the abandoned principles. Just more nagging burdens to ignore.
He's just jaded. Sucks.
So this is what the light was hiding. She's here. I must go to her.
Meanwhile, inside an Imperial Magitech facility in the Source.
Intruders! Fan out and find them! Out of my way!
Stinian.
weapon. We are not your enemy. When the alarm sounded, I wondered what we had done to betray our presence. But I see now we are not the only intruders. Sir Estinian, I presume. The dragoon who plucked the warrior of light from the jaws of death? Your armor is most distinct.
Much as yours once was. But even without it, I see a former legator still has eyes and ears in unexpected places. Van Baelsar, in the flesh. Though I understand you prefer Shadow Hunter.
You are in contact with the Scions, I take it.
Through no choice of my own, they tracked me down and conscripted me to their cause. I swear their receptionist was trained as a spy. Not that anyone can escape that Baldessian woman once she has caught the scent of your ether.
If they have resorted to using freelancers, I must assume their attempts to wake the afflicted have failed. And what of their champion?
Away on another business. Thus, it has fallen to me to root out any trace of the Empire's new weapon.
I mean, it makes sense because stuff was still going down when we left, so I'm glad that they have some people on our side getting
If it is
things
Black
done.
Rose you seek, you are too late. My people have already completed your mission here. Yet this is but one factory among many. When they caught wind of our efforts, they built additional facilities to ensure production continues unabated. There will be no one left in the lands they conquer. No citizens to conscript. No skills to exploit. Nothing the Empire needs. And they will call it victory.
What exactly does this Black Rose do?
The gas is described as a poison, but its actual effect is more arcane in nature. It was created to disrupt the ether in living beings, to bring the flow of their life energies to a standstill. Inhaling even the tiniest amount will cause all bodily functions to cease, much as a potent venom will stop a man's heart.
Dang.
Released over a city, Black Rose could conceivably kill every inhabitant, and all without damaging a single structure.
Search every corner! Rouse the barracks if you have to! I want this facility secured!
I have more questions, but now is not the time.
Sir Estinian, I have an offer for you, but I will make it only once. Since it would seem we seek the same answers, you are welcome to join us.
From what I hear, you need all the help you can get. In case you don't know, Varys himself confessed that your empire was a creation of the Ascians.
I am aware of what his Radiance said at the parley. Thus I would return to the capital, that I might behold the truth of this corruption with my own eyes. My path leads to Garlemald.
Can't say I've chatted with you before. Think I'd remember if I had. Seen your fair share of fighting, have you? And wary besides, hey. Rest assured, I've no secret designs. Name's Grandson. Bounty hunter by trade, mostly sin eaters. Well, I first laid eyes on you, I had a feeling... when I first laid eyes on you, I had a feeling you were a tough bastard. The sort that must get mistaken for the warrior of darkness folks have been talking about recently. That's right. That right? Easy, killer. I couldn't care less who you are or what you've done. The only thing I'm looking for these days is a like-minded partner. Someone willing to join me in the hunt for the biggest prize this size of Norvrent. Prize, you say? Hey, thought that'd grab your attention. Dacoson's the fiend I'm after, one of the so-called cardinal virtues, as folks are wont to call them. Former warriors of light, the esteemed heroes who saved the realm a century ago. Daryl Brandon was one of them, I'm told. Stop me if you've heard all this before. Anyways, like his comrades, Brandon died in the process, only to return relatively recently as a Sin Eater. The better to torment we few who survived their mercy. Needless to say, I aim to put an end to all of that. You've heard the pitch, so what's the answer? You interested in hunting Daokason with me? Not a whit of hesitation. I like you, sinner. Nevertheless, I'll need you to humor me and prove your dab hand that you're the dab hand I think you are. For my sake as well as yours. I've heard reports of stray eaters drifting close to the Crystarium. Come with me and put my mind at ease. That was close. Good, clean work. This is clearly not your first time. Let's do this once more just to confirm it wasn't a fluke, though. Besides, the world could do with less Sin Eaters. Follow me. It shouldn't be much further. Dude, you should be proving yourself to me. If you knew who I was. This guy's like, prove it to me. Bro, you prove yourself. I don't know you. The unmitigated gall on this guy. I just like how smug he is. He's like, oh, let's just prove that this isn't a fluke. So what happens when you're the weak link in this group? Grandson. What a name. Not saying it's bad. I just keep wanting to say grandson. You satisfied? Yeah, that'll do. You're exactly the sort of woman I've been looking for. And thank the gods for that. My apologies for subjecting you to such a silly test, but I'd rather not have an amateur's death on my conscience. Let's head to the wandering stairs and make this official, shall we? Sure, bud. Wait, is there no ceiling? That's a ceiling, right? I guess this part's open right here. Okay. So, just to make sure you're still keen on our arrangement. Nova, will you join me with the hunt and dread fiend Dickinson and put an end to his accursed existence? I will. Excellent. Then it is settled. Well, learn anything worth sharing? That everyone's scared? I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not. What we saw that day, what he did to us. There's no moving on from that. What exactly happened here? Well, I was planning to tell you the whole story eventually, but I suppose now is as good a time as any. I was born and raised in Wright, lacking any real prospects. I eked out a living as a hunter. Might have tried my hand at something more exciting had I not also been trying to provide for the love of my life, Melinda. It was about a year ago when she accepted a commission from this Yulmoran trade. Bloke dealt mostly in antiques, and he had this bracelet in need of restoration. Bloody old with a questionable provenance. But supposedly it once belonged to royalty or some such. The Fangs of Orthus, he called it. Me and her'd been talking about tying the proverbial knot. Buying land, building a home, that sort of thing. Around here that might not take much, but it was still a lot more than we had, So when the trader made his offer, she didn't hesitate to say yes. I'd gone down to the shipyards to pick up extra tools and materials she needed for the work. Quality stuff, but it paid for itself 10 times over. But when I got back to Wright, Dickerson had been busy. I spied at least a dozen newborn eaters fluttering about, trying to make sense of their new lot. The grandmother who lived next door and shared the fruits of her orchard with us, the gruff woodsman who'd brought firewood to our doorstep in the dead of winter, both of them reduced to mindless fiends just like that. There wasn't time to mourn or to think. I started looking for Melinda. And there she was, alive and well. Our eyes met, and we knew it was going to be all right. We ran for each other, and even now, a year later, it doesn't feel real. One moment she was there, right there, in front of me, and the next, she was... Diocasan knelt and took the fang of Orthus, then left, leading a host of sin-eaters out of Wright. But Melinda, I still couldn't see her or anything else. She wouldn't budge. She just hovered there and stared, waiting for me to end it. Well, I could never say no to her, not once in the years we've been together. For all the times she welcomed me home with a bowl of hot stew, all the times she laughed at my crude jokes and gave me counsel when I was losing my way. For all that and more, I killed her. I swore then and there I'd have my vengeance. Dickerson will die by my hand. I carved the scar in my flesh to mirror the ones he left on my soul, an enduring reminder of the vow that I never dare stray from the path. There, all done. No need to wallow in it. Wouldn't want my tragic yet trite tale to put you off our hunt. Still with me to the end, sinner? For sure. That's the spirit. Still, I have some unfinished business here, so if you could give me a moment before we resume, I would be most grateful. Sorry to have kept you waiting, sinner. I'm sure you're eager to get back to it, as am I. Trouble is, in your absence, I failed to turn up any information as to the whereabouts of Dickerson. There is one line of inquiry I've yet to pursue, though. The fangs of Orthus, the bracelet my beloved was supposed to restore and that Eater took with him when he left Wright. Yeah, I mean, obviously he sold it to somebody. Sin-eaters are mindless fiends driven only by base instinct. Everyone knows that. There's no need for worldly possessions, so why did it take it exactly? Yet Dickerson took the bracelet anyway, which can only mean that there's something unique about this particular antique, or the sinless bastard somehow different from the rest of his ilk. Either way, I think we need to learn more about the fangs of Orthus, and I know just the man to ask, the Amoran trader who commissioned Melinda's services. Much as I'd like to question him myself, though, I don't think that's the option. Even though Dickerson's attack a year ago is common knowledge, I doubt the trader will believe that an eater stole his precious trinket. He's more likely to accuse me of theft and have me clapped in irons. So I'm afraid you'll have to go in my stead, Nova. Melinda said he was a regular as a beehive, so try looking for him there first. This place just cracks me up. And to what do I owe the pleasure of that is your company? The Fangs of Orthus, you say? How very interesting. I should be glad to tell you everything that I know, under the assumption that you should recover it. You will see it returned to its rightful owner at once. I purchased the bracelet from a traveling peddler who claimed it was a relic of Warburg, that glorious kingdom that fell with the flood like so many others. He spoke true, from what I could tell, and I intended to sell it to the collector here for a tidy profit after having it properly restored by the artisan in Wright. Alas, she was one of several casualties of a sin-eater attack, during which the Fangs of Orthus mysteriously vanished. I have of course been keeping in touch with several contacts on the off chance that the thief might attempt to sell it. They have not, regrettably. But a piece of similar design did recently surface in Morksuk, I am told. I am planning to dispatch an agent to investigate, but you seem more than capable of fulfilling that role. As for incentive, you may be assured that any information that aids me in the inquisition of the Fangs of Orthus or similar relics will be well rewarded. The acquisition. So, what did our industrious patron have to say? So he thinks it was stolen, eh? Just as well. We'd probably not know where to head next if it wasn't for his distrusting nature. If this piece of similar design is related to the Fangs of Orthus, then it might attract Dickinson's attention, assuming it hasn't already. Let's go. Mercy, mercy! Oh, he's there. Take whatever you want, but please don't kill me. I have a family. Oh, shoot. Please, I beg of you. Ah! That sucks. Dude, Nova, why are you watching? Dude, kill him. Oh. So he can transport away. That's great. Please, please. Well, that sucks. I'm so sorry. Shame you missed the fun. This one bit off more than he could chew. Probably because it was a newborn. You can tell by the lingering vestiges of intelligence and self. Can see it in their eyes. Like when Dickinson, Don't tell me, you saw him? Yeah, I saw him. Right before he killed him. Wicked white. He took the choker too? Damn it. Damn it all. He can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it. It's just like right. I was too late to save him. Just like I was too late to save her. But not again. Never again. I'll hunt you to the ends of the world, Dickinson. Vengeance will be mine. Ahem. Right, yes. Neither the time nor the place. More eaters could be about. It's just, every time I cut one down, it reminds me of my first. Of her.
You have come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands. Laxon Loft here in Lakeland. Yulmore has sent one of its airships. They have questions for us concerning the death of the Light Warden. Their emissary makes his way here even as we speak.
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
Indeed. 'Twas inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
My lord, I am come with the Yulmoran emissary. May I show him in?
A moment, Captain, if you would. Everyone, gather round. I do not wish to show our hand prematurely. Forgive me this liberty. Vanish. Enter. Well, well, the commander of the Yulmoran army himself. To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
The Light Warden is dead, Exarch. Were your people responsible?
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Yulmor's interest in this?
His benevolence, Lord Vorthri, is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin Eater. Should it transpire that the Crystarium is guilty of abetting the villains responsible for this outrage, my lord has decreed that it suffer the same retribution.
I see. Since you have been so candid, I too shall speak my mind. Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Light Warden's death and welcomes the return of the night sky. If Yulmor considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution. Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin Eaters changes nothing. The world is dead, and writhe as we might, like maggots in its rotting course, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace. But I waste my breath. You have made your stance clear. I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthri. In the meantime, you would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Yulmor's mercy, promptly. One last matter. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
An artist and his assistant, no. I cannot say I do.
What a pity. Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
Hmm.
imagining things, or did he just stare straight at us?
I fear he did. The General is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Yulmor's army since before Vorthri's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin-Eaters. One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without possessing exceptional instincts.
If Yulmor chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat. While we are grateful for your support, my lord, we cannot in good conscience put your people in harm's way.
It is noble of you to say, Master Alphino, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived.
Exactly, that's why he brought us here.
Yulmor has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade. The people of the Crystarium know this only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man. If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
He may have reason to delay. According to reports, the Yulmoran forces at Laxan Loft were observed taking a prisoner. A young woman believed to be none other than the Oracle of Light, Minfilia. It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Yulmor before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief concern.
I'm sorry, generations of Minfilias?
Of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. There is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it. I think it best that you seek out Maren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He will be able to enlighten you. Alphino, Alize, would you care to accompany your friend? You doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
All right, though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
In the meantime, I will set about making provisions for war.
As you will have already surmised, the gallant soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than our own dearest Thancred. They have since been wandering the land together, never remaining in one place for long, which is why we have not yet had a chance to meet them. We know that Minfilia journeyed here as a Hydaelyn emissary to halt the flood of light. It could only be her that the people of the first witnessed 100 years ago, the original Oracle of Light. While there is plainly some connection between the woman we knew and her namesakes, the fact that these girls do not share her memories must surely mean that they are not the same person. Thancred has to understand that. I have no doubt that he understands. The question is how he feels. Regardless, the Thancred we know would not forsake his charge. If she has been captured, we may be certain he will not stand idly by. There you go again, talking in your roundabout way. If you think we should rescue Minfilia, just spit it out. It just so happens I agree with you. It's quite clear that Minfilia possesses Heidelin's blessing. And it wouldn't hurt to have a second such individual on our side, right, Nova? Quite. I see you've made up your minds. Exarch, what brings you here? A report and a proposal. First, the report. Our scouts have confirmed that the Yulmoran forces at Laxon Loft do indeed have Minfilia in their custody. For the present, they are holding her there, but we can be certain they will move her to Yulmor ere long. Should that happen, we may be forced to give her up as lost. So if we mean to act, we should do it so quickly. Which brings me to my proposal. I ask that you entrust this undertaking to us, the people of the Crystarium.
You are doubtless eager to attempt Minfilia's rescue, and with your combined strength you may well succeed. But as I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary. It was not merely the night sky that you restored to us, but hope. Hope for the future of Norvrand. Unlike you, we cannot contend with the Light Wardens, but so long as hope burns in our hearts, we will fight on regardless. This I will prove to you. My friends, I thank you for gathering at such short notice. There is something I would ask you all. As many of you are aware, I received an emissary from Yulmor a short while ago in the form of General Ranjit. To my dismay, the General condemned the slaying of the Light Warden, and warned me in no uncertain terms that, should the Crystarium cast its lot with the Warrior of Darkness, there would be war. Let none be mistaken. We would be hard-pressed indeed to resist the might of Yulmor. Some would even call it suicide. And yet my heart cries out to fight. Better that than relinquish the hope that swelled in my breast when I beheld the night sky for the first time in 100 years. Or so says my heart. My mind, meanwhile, reminds me that to follow my heart would be to risk everything we have accomplished thus far. Clearly, this is not a decision to be made lightly, nor less alone. And so I put the question to you all. What should we do?
My lord, you already know our minds. It brought tears to our eyes to witness the knight's return. The whole of Norvrand deserves the same, and not just because some children's story tells us so.
Yulmor's influence is far-reaching. Should war break out, trade would be subject to restrictions. The flow of goods will dry up, and we will struggle to make do with what little trickles through. But make do, we will.
Aye, we can weather such hardships. Is that not the very thing the Crystarium was built for? We have always taken pride in our ability to sustain ourselves. Not just to endure, but to thrive.
When all falls down around you, rise up. Those were your words. There may come a day when all hope seems lost, but even should the rest of the world give in to despair, we shall not. We shall fight on, that our children and our children's children might know a better tomorrow.
Rousing words apart, I never much cared for those Yulmoran bastards anyway. No better than common swindlers, most of them. Wouldn't know a fair deal if it came up and kissed them on the arse.
Trust you to spoil the moment.
It appears we have a consensus. Let it be known that the Yulmoran host at Laxon Loft has taken the Oracle of Light captive. They fear the power she holds over the Sin Eaters, and doubtless intend to imprison her once more. So, I move that we rescue the Oracle, grant her a place among us, and let that be our answer to Yulmor's ultimatum.
Hear, hear!
Hear, hear!
In planning a strategy for the rescue, I open the floor to you all.
And there you have it. If Yulmor wishes to denounce us as villains, then we shall embrace our villainy. Will you do so as well?
We will not be outdone. Consider us your partners in crime.
My lord, our proposal is as follows. We begin by deploying Amaro to occupy the skies over Lakeland. They should serve to delay the airship's departure. At the same time, we scatter dream powder from the air. Not all will succumb to its effects, but it should thin the enemy's numbers, affording us an opening to swoop in and liberate the Oracle.
Very good. Cease your preparations.
And what exciting crimes would you have us commit? Speaking for my fellow villains, I'd say we're capable of most things, though we draw the line at indolence.
If excitement is your desire, then I bid you join the guard. Captain Lena will give you your orders.
So you will be joining the guard. But however highly the Exarch thinks of you, you will receive no special treatment from me. Is that clear? Where's your salute, soldier? Better. More spirited than the Exarch's feeble attempts, certainly. Now, first things first, you will need uniforms. Go to the crystalline meme and report to Catelys. She will see you measured and fitted. Outfit. Done, are you? Let's have a look at those numbers. I see. How goes it? Sorry, Captain. I'm afraid we don't have anything on hand that's already fit, but we do have a few that are fairly close. We should be able to make them work with some minor adjustments. Very well then, see to it. And have the uniforms delivered directly to the field. Ooh, I wonder if I can get the rest of these Ether Current quests here. That would be nice. The other places, man, I don't know, man. I don't know if it was me or that, like, I just couldn't get to the places, but I could not find the Ether Currents, man. And with that, I think I'm going to call this episode. Thanks for joining. If you like the content, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, peace out.